much. Welcome to a session with analytics tonight. Tonight is actually going to be very, very informative, and I can guarantee you that 100%. I saw that Mohammed has no time to waste. He literally said, I'm here for the goodies. This testimonials you guys are playing is not for me. I want to have a lot of information. And trust me, Mohammed, you'll be getting more than that from this session tonight, okay? So welcome once again. My name is Prince Adiakoni, but before I go ahead, I'll do a proper introduction. And but before we go ahead, I'd like to know where everybody's joining from. So I see a lot of people on the chat box. I see Deborah, I see Ali, I see Faith, I see Joy, I see Mohammed. So drop in the session where you're joining from, your name and location of where you're joining from tonight. So I get to know everybody that will be in the session with me tonight. Okay? Right. Mohammed is from Hull. Fantastic. Good evening to you, Mohammed. Good evening. Violet is also from UK. We have a lot of UK. We have Manchester, Nova Scotia, Liverpool. We have just one Canadian in the house. We have Adele also from UK. Nosa is from Motherland, Nigeria. Uh, Judith is from Uganda. Deborah is from Nigeria. Welcome to tonight's session. This is going to be very informative because tonight what we are discussing is how everyday people like you and myself that have no experience at all in tech and also no experience at all in the healthcare space, how people like that can transition into tech and also transition into the healthcare space. All right. This is what we're going to be discussing tonight. And I'll be sharing a lot of information to help you know exactly what to do. With this session tonight, it's not just myself alone. I also have my colleague. His name is Steven, but he won't come up to the camera. He's only going to be in the chat box. What he's going to be doing is he's going to be dropping a form in the chat box. He just dropped that. So if you are joining this session for the very first time, or even if you are joining for the second time, and every information we're sharing here tonight, you want to have access to them, you want to maybe able to make reference to that. This session is also recorded, meaning you can get the recorded videos shared to your email after. So probably I said something or I showed you something and you want to be able to go back to it for reference purposes. Make sure you complete the attendance form so that we'll be able to have this information shared to your email once we're done. Okay. So welcome tonight. And like I said, tonight is going to be very, very informative and very impactful. Okay. Now let me share my screen and we get right into it. Okay. Fantastic. So like I said, tonight is all about helping people transition in tech. But before I even start, I would like to know each and every one of us, what sector do we currently work in? For me, for right now, myself, I work in the edtech space. I also work in the FMCG and I also work in the finance space. That is where I work currently. So I want to know in the comment section, what sector do we currently work in? Do we have people working in the healthcare space? What industry do we have people working in? All right, Jerry is in pharmaceutical. Fantastic. Okay, so I want to see where everybody's joining from. Chizram is in healthcare. Popo is still schooling. Fantastic. So I have a lot of healthcare professionals in the house. That's interesting. Nosa is a facility manager. Fantastic. So everybody, almost everybody I'll be speaking to tonight, they already have more than 50% of what they need to be able to transition. For people like myself and Nosa, we don't have it yet, so to speak, because Nosa is a facility manager in oil and gas industry. So if Nosa is looking to transition, how will you go about it? For Mary is already in healthcare. Kuro Yefwa is already in healthcare. I think I saw another one. Joy is also a healthcare professional. So everybody that is currently in the healthcare space, you already have 50%. You just don't know that yet. You already have 50% of what you need to be able to get into a much more technical role and much more senior role in this space. And what are the things you need to be able to get into this space? We'll be discussing them tonight. So keep glued, and definitely I'll be sharing this with you. Right. So I promise you 100% that tonight's session is going to be filled. Now that I know where people are joining from and what the sector they're in, tonight's session is going to be mind blowing. All right. So when you're looking at transitioning, getting into tech, this and that, who exactly is analytics? A little people in their testimonial, some of them talked about what they were able to get from analytics, what analytics did, this and that. But analytics, who exactly is analytics? We are a leading edtech company that will they basically specialize in helping people transition into tech. We provide specialized training to help people train people in technical skills and help them um, transition into the tech space. We also been doing this for over 5 years. We clocked 5 years in August 2025, and we've been able to help thousands of people. Like when I mean thousands of people that literally don't know anything about using a computer. We've helped people like that transition into tech roles like data analysis, business analysis, data engineering, data science, financial analysis, HR analytics, agile project management, and so many more. And just recently, we added DevOps and product design to the tech stacks that we have people go through to be able to have them transitioned. Now, I know many people will still be confused, like, oh, you just mentioned a whole lot of tech career path. How do I identify which one I'll be getting into? Not to worry, I have you covered. That challenge will also be solved tonight. Okay, so you have no worries about that. And when you're looking at transitioning, the team of professionals that will be imparting knowledge onto you, there are people that have worked in top global leading companies where you have people working in Apple, Microsoft, McKinsey, KPMG, so many companies, top companies. We've had people work in these industries and have instructors come into your classes and teach you exactly what it takes to transition. And definitely when you get this particular slide, because it's to be shared with you via email, you want to make sure that you go on our website, which I'll still be talking more about, go on our Instagram, our Twitter, and our LinkedIn. All right. So make sure you do that when you get this particular slide. And before I dive into today's session, if you have anybody, a friend, a colleague that you know that session like this would be very impactful for, reach out to them, send a link to them, ask them to join so that they will also be getting value. This particular session, as you already know, is free. All right. So ask them to join and share the link, ask them to join so that they will also be able to get access to every information that will be sharing here tonight. And when you're looking at myself that I'm talking, my name is Prince Adiakoni Omuidin Adiakoni, and I have a wealth of experience in data analysis, business analysis, and some other tech path. And I've been able to help organizations streamline their business operations. This is usually where you find me. Anywhere where you have an organization facing challenges, they don't know what to do, in any form, either in operations or processes. This is where you get to see me and solving these processes for them. And I've been able to do this in both the ed tech, in the finance, logistics, FMCG, and in health tech. Okay. So I also have that experience in the healthcare. And this is somebody that I don't have any technical background. While I was in school, I actually studied economics, right? So I studied economics, and this is me helping a health center, health facility, or hospital streamline their processes. Okay, so these are the values that transitioning into tech or being in tech will be able to give to you 100%. And tonight, like I said, what are the things you're looking out for? I'll be showing you the types of roles and jobs you can apply to in the tech space, in the healthcare space, without having any technical experience. I know a lot of people in this session are already in that space. Okay, I know that. But the information you'll be getting tonight is going to open you much more to, oh, so if I want to get into this role, These are the things I need to do. Do I have them? If it's a yes, can I go into that? But if I don't have it, what can I do to get it so that I'll be able to get into something like this? These are the things we'll be talking about tonight. You also be able to identify what employers are looking out for and how you can strategically position yourself to be in that space where employers are looking to hire you. Okay, so these are the things we'll be talking about tonight. And before I even dive straight deep into it, I would like us to have a little bit of insight to what I'm talking about because I have some people that are already in the healthcare space and I have some that are not in the healthcare space. So I want us to have a little bit of an idea. And when I'm talking about idea, I'm talking about this particular gentleman, Pavel, that you can see on my screen. So I'm going to click his video for us to watch what he talked about when it comes to transitioning, who he was and how he was able to transition, what did he do that was able to help him get into that role. Okay, so I'm going to share this part of my screen and play this video for you to actually hear somebody that did not have any prior experience or any prior background in healthcare space, and he was able to get a job in that space. What did he do? What are the things that he was able to be exposed to? Remember, if you want to watch, because I have a lot of them and I'll not be able to play all of them on this session. But if you want to get access to all this information, like I said, make sure that you complete the form that my colleague Steven is sharing in the comment box in the chat box. Complete that form. You'll be getting this particular slide. And also this particular recording, this session is recorded, you will also be getting it. And before I forget, this session also, you have opportunity to ask questions. So probably let's say I mention something or I say something you don't understand. By the time I'm done, which should not take us more than 1 hour, 30 minutes, you will have opportunity to ask all your questions. So just make sure you write them down. And by the time I'm done in like 1 hour, 30 minutes, you'll be able to ask your questions. Okay. So let's quickly see and hear what Pavel has to say. Let me share that part of my screen because I believe that part is not being shared. So can you do confirm? Once you can see that part of my screen, make sure you confirm like, yes, you can see it.
Pavel Gaibe.
All right. So can you confirm you can see it
And
and
I
you
wanted
can
to
hear
take
what
this
he's saying?
moment to share my amazing experience with
Thank you, Rebecca.
Analytics. I first learned about
Thank you,
Analytics
Diolu.
through an Instagram ad, and I'm so glad that I took the initiative to check them out. It is something that I've never regretted, and when I did check them out, I attended a few webinar sessions where the entire package and the different courses were explained to hundreds of participants. I decided to join 2024 August cohort under the data analytics program. From the very beginning, the learning experience was incredible, and the learning materials were easily accessible through their learning management system, and the live classes provided a perfect balance between the theory and hands-on practice. Working on projects with synthetic data sets that mirrored real-world experience was a game changer for me. Through that, I was really able to get, real hands-on experience on the different tools that are vital to the data analytics role. The instructors, the facilitators were patient, knowledgeable, and true subject matter experts. Plus, on top of that, every week they had drop-in sessions for anyone that was falling behind to help them catch up and meet up with the rest of the class. And also there were weekly mentorship sessions that had a wide range of valuable topics. I secured my job 3 months after completing the coursework at Analytics and right at the end of my internship. Tenalytics provided me with a professional reference, and they were ready and willing to support and guide me through my interview process. They gave like timely responses to my emails, and I was very happy to know that Tenalytics was there to provide me this support during my interview process. Today, I work as a health data and reporting analyst at a physician-owned group in Arizona, USA. And the skills I learned from Tenalytics have been invaluable in my current role. At this point, if you're thinking about joining Tenalytics, my advice is simple: go for it. The structure, the support, the real-world experience they provide is second to none. And it's a community that really wants to see you succeed. So I want to say thank you to Tenalytics for being such an instrumental part of my journey. And I'm so grateful for everything I've learned through the program and the doors that the program has opened for me. All the best to anyone that is thinking about joining the program. I wish you well, and trust me, you get as much as you give in the program. Hello, everyone.
Fantastic. So that gentleman, his name is Pavel, right? His name is Pavel, and he's somebody that did not have any prior experience in tech. As a matter of fact, Pavel used to be a teacher, right? He used to be a teacher back when he was in home country. He transitioned and migrated to US and was able to get a job as a data analyst in the healthcare space, right? So how exactly can you also do the same thing? These are the things we'll be talking about tonight, right? Like I said, we have lots of them, lots of people that have been able to go through the same thing that Pavel went through, but I will not be able to play all these videos because it will take a lot of time, right? But I will just rather show you the things you can do to be able to get into that same position, just like Pavel has been able to transition. And when you're looking to transition, this particular lady also, she, in her own case, she, at least Pavel used to work as an educator, as a teacher. But in the case of Ikmat, she is a full-time stay-at-home mom. When I mean full-time, I mean full-time. She was out of work for over 4 years, doing absolutely nothing aside from taking care of her children and her home. But then it was time for us to transition, like, okay, I need to get back into this work environment. What exactly can I do? What did she do? She went through the training. But in her own case, she went through the business analysis training. And after she was done with the business analysis training, she was able to get, sorry, at the data analytics training. After she was done with the data analytics training, she was able to get a job as a data analyst with NHS. NHS is in UK. Now, she was able to get that job, and that particular job came with full sponsorship. And when you heard Pavel mention some processes, they are very, very structured because we are very, very, what's the word? We are very, very intentional when it comes to helping everyday people just like yourself transition into the tech space. And what are the things you need to do? You want to follow a very structured pattern, which I'll be explaining to you. We have the learn, which is you have to learn a particular program or tech skill. Then you will learn how to package that particular thing you've learned. For people that have opportunity to be in sales, in marketing, in selling things, you will know that a very good chance of you being able to sell that thing you have is packaging it. When you go online and you see some products being snapped in a very good way, that thing entices you. Now, if you need to buy that particular thing, you would, if you have intentions of buying that particular thing, if you see some that is very, very packaged, you will have a big opportunity, or there's a big chance of you buying that particular one over one that is just left anyhow in the picture. Packaging goes a long way. And packaging yourself goes even an extra mile to get you the job. So what exactly is packaging? I'll be talking about this also. Then you have what we call the apply. There's a structured way to apply to jobs. not just what I believe what majority of us, oh yeah, I might be familiar with. Probably maybe when we go on Indeed, we see a job, we click pam pam pam, we've applied to it. The one click apply. I believe a lot of us are corporate when it comes to applying to jobs in this way. That's if I have anybody actively applying to jobs. This is not the proper way to apply to job. I'll be showing you the better way to apply to these jobs tonight. Then definitely in the case of Ikmat, she was able to get a job 3 months after her training with analytics. Also, like I said, over here, when you get the slide, you can come over here, watch this particular video, and you'll be able to hear everything she has to say. All the things we offer her, just like Pavel, you also be hearing this thing. And when I talk about the packaging, like I said, there's a structure to this, a very intentional structure. And the structure is you learn, you package yourself, you apply to jobs with precision, then you get the job. You see the packaging. I'll further explain it to you. Over here, you can see that it says employability. What does employability means? I'm going to furthermore explain this, where you learn exactly how to do all these things and get value from what you're talking about, what you're looking to get. All right. And when you're looking at the programs that we do offer currently. So before we even arrive, because we currently have 10 different programs we offer at analytics. But before we arrive at all these programs, how did we even come about these programs? And it's pretty simple. What we did was we went ahead to look at all the major job boards globally. I'm talking about LinkedIn, Indeed, Glassdoor, CV Library, Monster Jobs, so many more, to look at roles that company are really looking to hire for. That was the first task. We collated the data, we script the data, and we analyzed it. We analyzed, the analysis was based on three major criteria. And these criteria are, the first one is the ease of learning. As an adult, I don't want to get into a particular thing that is going to stress me just the same way studying back in school stressed me, where I'm having headache, trauma, just because I want to go to a particular lecture. I don't want to go through that now because I have a lot of other responsibilities. So what can I do or what thing can I learn that is not going to stress me? That is what we consider when we're looking at this program that we're looking at having anybody transition into. So that's the first thing, the ease of learning, considering people in this space. And also the ease of transitioning. What are the roles that somebody that does not have experience at all in that space, what are the roles or career paths that they can transition into and they will be getting the value that they should get? What are those roles? The ease of transitioning. Then the last one is, I don't know about a lot of you, but I know one of the reasons that have me transition into tech, aside from the fact that I've always been a computer kind of a guy, I love money. I don't know about people here, they might not like money. If I have anybody that is on that team with me, you can say you like money or you're my team in the chat box. But me, I like money. And definitely, if I love money, definitely getting into tech is something I want to do because this particular industry pays a whole lot. So we made sure that we covered all these three major criterias. And after analyzing thousands of jobs, and I mean thousands of them, we are only able to arrive at these 10 career paths. We have the business analysis, the DevOps engineer, the Agile project manager, Scrum Master, the data analyst, the data scientist, the data engineer, cybersecurity, product design, financial analyst, and HR analyst. These are the programs that were able to meet these three criteria. So we have that validation that if you go through any of these paths, you'll be getting all these three major things. You'll be able to learn it easily, you'll be able to transition, and it's going to give you a high rewarding salary. We have that validation because we did the analysis ourselves. But is that enough? The big answer to that is no. It is not enough because what gives you now that validation that, oh, so you've been able to transition, you know what you're doing perfectly. But what gives us the validation that 3 years, 5 years, 10 years down the line, your company will not close down or close down whatever you're doing and said, I'm sorry, you are not needed anymore. Whatever you're doing is not relevant in today's world anymore. What gives us that validation that you have that job security? After looking everywhere and searching everywhere, we were able to get a report from the World Economic Forum. And this particular report is about the future of job reports, meaning they've been able to answer this particular validation that we are looking, that we're seeking out for. And this particular thing you can see on your screen is showing us the jobs that will grow in demand between now, 2025, and 2030, that these jobs are going to increase in demand. And also, the same time one job is increasing in demand, another set is going to decline. Meaning for anybody looking to transition, what you want to read like your book is these roles. Which of them are going to decline so that I'll be able to strategically position myself to the ones that are increasing in demand, right? I know it's a bit tiny. Not everybody might be able to see this. So definitely when you get the slide, you'll be able to go through it. The ones you can see on your left side, on the right side of my screen, these ones are the jobs that will decline by according to the World Economic Forum. So if your current career path is found wanting on this right side of my screen, you want to find a way to switch, run, disappear, whatever you want to do, jump to the left side of the screen, which is the career path that will increase in demand according to the World Economic Forum. And in this career path that will increase in demand, you can see the number one on that list. They said big data specialist, right? Meaning big data specialist. And big data specialist definitely is going to be under data engineering. Some data scientists also will be able to get a job as a big data specialist. But if you could see, you have big data specialist. Then number two on this particular list, if you can see it, we have fintech engineers. And if you could see it, you will see that there is nothing around it. So fintech engineers are going to increase and there's going to be a lot of demand for them. So why are we not training them? Remember the three major criteria: the ease of learning, ease of transitioning, and a high rewarding salary. Fintech engineers only met one, and that is the high rewarding salary. It's not easy to learn, and it's not easy to transition into that role. So this is the reason why you will have some of them here that we don't teach, we don't offer. But the rest of them that we're able to teach, for example, robotics engineer is not something that I just wake up and say you want to become. No, blockchain developers is not something that is so easy to learn also. So we put all these things into consideration, and the ones that you're able to see that we circled out, these are the ones that we currently offer at Analytics. So when you get this particular slide, you will be able to run through them and get into the space of exactly what you need to do. Now, like I said, when you get the slide, I was just wanted to show you some of these job boards on the type of jobs you want to apply to. But instead of me doing that, I'll rather show you, because if I do this, it's going to be limited to maybe one or two. So I don't want to do that because I know a lot of people will be looking, oh, I want to get into cybersecurity, or I want to get into data engineering, or I see that data engineering is high in demand or is going to grow. I want to get into that space. I might not be able to walk through everything in if I go through this particular link. So you can come here when you get the link and walk through it yourself, right? Considering whatever role. And when you're walking through it yourself, already at that time, you already have the information of the role you're looking to get into, or the sector or the career path you're looking to take. All right. So make sure you complete the form to be able to get this. And when I'm talking about the role, now for anybody that doesn't have a any experience at all in the tech space, I've never done anything at all in anything relating to tech. What are the roles that you can get into that will give you an opportunity to leverage what you've learned and being able to get into the healthcare space? For a data analyst or anybody that goes through data analytics program, when you're looking to transition, aside from the fact that we also show you where to apply to all these jobs, You have opportunity to get in roles like clinical data analyst, health informatics analyst, patient data manager. These are roles that are 100% existing in healthcare centers, in hospitals. And what are the things they need you to have? They need you, for example, health informatics analyst. They need you to be able to analyze customers' information and give them an informed decision. Or let's say, for example, this particular health center is having issues about bed space, right? They don't have enough resources to cover patients that are coming into their facility. What do you do? How do you analyze that? How do you use the information readily available to solve the problem that the organization is having? These are some of the things you get to do in that space. You have a pathology analyst, which I'll also be showing you somebody that got a job as a pathology analyst. I think I have that also here tonight. Then you have patient insight analyst. These are situations whereby they run a blood, you are literally working in close communications with, let's say, head of medicals, whereby a lot of results, tests, they come through your desk or they come through your pipeline for you to be able to analyze them. Oh, so a particular patient has been dealing with migraine for over a decade. What might be the reason? What might be the cause? This is your field. Now, you are dealing with patients that have been that are having issues with migraine. You are looking to solve that problem, or yet you didn't go to any medical school. These are the things that hospitals, health facilities are looking out for. Because how do you now solve the problem? You solve the problem using data. We've had people that have been in the same situation. As a data analyst, what you're meant to do is you analyze data to retrieve in-depth insights that not a normal everyday people will be able to do. These are the things you get to do as a data analyst. You have the data scientist, the rules you can apply to, and a lot more. You have the business analyst, you have the HR analyst, you have the data engineers, the cybersecurity, agile project managers, financial analysts. We have lots of them. And trust me, if you take any of these job titles, let's say you're looking to get into cybersecurity, and you search for medical device security architect, it will show you organizations that are looking out for these roles. They will show you things they need, which will also be showing you things you get to learn, the tools you'll be learning to be able to get a role like that. I'll be showing you everything tonight. As I said, this session is very impactful, and sadly, it's not going to be for a very long time. It's just going to be for about 1 hour, 30 minutes, and we're done. Okay, so stick with me. Make sure that you complete the form so you'll be able to get all this information and at your own time be able to use it, know exactly what you want to do, and use that information to plan your transitioning. Okay, so make sure you get in to do that. Now, when I talked about, so you see all these roles, if I get into the comment section, I know, let me scroll back up. I know a lot of people said they're in the healthcare space. I think one person said they're working in the oil and gas sector. Now, I think, okay, yeah, Judy also said she's humanitarian. Nusai is the one working in oil and gas sector. We have a lot of people working in different sector of the economy. Now, we have these programs. Which of them is the best option for you? Now, everybody might be looking at us. So how do I get into a program, or how do I get into a role as a data scientist when I didn't go to school or study anything like data scientist back in school? Now, trust me, when it comes to tech, it leans more on your personal traits than whatever you must have learned in school, because your personal traits will be what you will use. For example, somebody that loves communication or somebody that have work experience in, let's say, customer care or banking operations, somebody like that, it will be more valuable to get into business analysis. I'm sorry, I'm giving you expo already. I'm not meant to do this. Yeah, you have the opportunity to get into business analysis. And reason why? Because as a business analyst, you're solving a lot of issues, a lot of blockage, a lot of slow processes You're solving a lot of all these things. And how do you solve them? You solve them by communicating, by understanding, and by creating a solution. Meaning somebody that does not really thrive in communicating. Like you're somebody like me. I don't like gathering of people, or I don't love to speak when there's a lot of people. I just love to keep to myself. Somebody like that will not really enjoy when he gets into a role like a business analyst. But somebody like that also that does not love to communicate, there are some other roles that if they get into, they'll be superstar. Now, how do you identify which one is the best option for you? This is what we're going to do. So I'll have my colleague drop this particular link to this particular quiz. Is a short base, like a 2 minute quiz that you take. This quiz is going to be able to predict the career path that you should be looking at getting into. Now, what the quiz is going to be, literally is going to ask you some personal traits. Is like you see, is a personality quiz whereby your personality will be able to determine which career path is going to be best option for you. Okay, so if you check the chat box, you see my colleague have dropped this particular link in the chat. So click on that link and take the quiz. I'll also be taking it with you. So we'll do the quiz together. And by the time we're done, we'll be able to know which career path is best option for us. So take the quiz. I'll also take the quiz right now. And once I'm done taking, I will tell you the option that's been given to me. So by the time you're done with it, an option will be given to you. So once you have the option or the career path that they advise, make sure you drop it in the chat box, okay? So that everybody will be able to have an idea of what we're talking about. I think I should share that part of my screen. So let me share that part of my screen so everybody can see what I'm doing. So make sure you click on that link and take the quiz. I'll also be taking it with you. Okay. So yes, so once you click on it, it should show you this. Let's get started. So I'll just click on get started. It's giving tech error. Yes, it is. So just click on let's go. Okay, so I put my name, Muidin Adiakoni. I also put my number and my email. Okay, let me just use my email. Then you click next. So immediately you click next. Once you complete your details, you click next. It's going to ask you a bunch of questions. These questions are the ones that you want. So you want to make sure that you read them and you select the ones that you know you're comfortable with. For example, how do you feel in a group setting or team discussion? How do you feel in that? Are you selective? Do you thrive in situations like that? Or you prefer to be a back-end kind of a person? You don't want to see anybody. You just want to be alone and get your work done. Who are you? So these are the things that you get to select in the quiz. So make sure that if you don't click on it, if you're not taking it, make sure you take it because that is going to be very, very helpful in helping you decide which career path you want to get into. So in my own case, so I'll just do this. I will not be reading it out. So every other person can also do the same thing and select their own. So what best practice current job? So it's actually my job. Let me say I'm unemployed. Which of these sound most likely? Like I love solving problem, people gathering. I prefer working with data, finding patterns. I enjoy projecting system environment, creating process and work. Oh, I want a job that pays well, even if it's hard. I'm not so sure about that. Even if it's hard. No, I don't want to face any sort of shaggy, so to speak. Right. How comfortable are you working with tools like Excel, Google Sheets, or numbers in general? Hmm. Numbers in general. So everybody could see that all these are personality-based questions. If you have your answer, just drop it in the chat box, okay? If you have your response, just drop that in the chat. And I think I have a question from Fabiola. So Fabiola, I will answer that question once we're done, okay? I can see your message. I will answer that question once we're done. All right. What's your take on coding? Hmm. Okay. All right. So let me just rush through this so that everybody can figure remotely. I want almost everything. Okay. When it comes to asking me which course sound more appealing to me, I don't know. I'm confused. So after everything that I've selected, the system was able to see that the things I love to do, the things that I will enjoy doing, is guiding me to go into cybersecurity. So I want you to drop it in the chat box. Which path is being advised for you to get into? For me, in my own case, mine is the Guardian, cybersecurity. I protect people, I protect assets, and I make sure that if you shouldn't have access to something, you will not be getting access to it. This is what I do. This is what I enjoy to do, right? So I want to drop in the chat box which career path is being advised for you to get into. All right. So let's do that quickly so we can continue with what we are here for tonight. So just drop it in the chat box, whichever that is being um advised for you to get into. Okay. So while we do that, I will just continue and I will get back to the chat box to see what career path we're looking to get into. So for you, if you're taking the quiz, now you know exactly which career path. In my own case, that is going to be cybersecurity. Now, if I'm looking to get into cybersecurity, exactly what do I need to do to get a job in this sector? Because I'm looking to get into the cybersecurity role in the healthcare space. What are the things I need to do? So I'm not just going to talk about cybersecurity. I'm going to talk about all the programs so that somebody that also went to be the strategist, that's the business analysis or the data analyst or the data engineer, what are the things you need to learn to be able to get into this space? And I'll be so proud to tell you that when it comes to learning and getting a job in this particular era that we are currently, anybody looking to hire you, they are looking out for two major things. Two major things. They want you because of the sector, the space that you are in. They are looking out for two major things. The first one is your skill, meaning they have a problem. Do you have the skill to solve this problem? And when it comes to the tech space, your skill is going to be revolving around what technical tools do you know how to use? And after you've been able to identify that, oh, so I know how to use Bob Suits as a cybersecurity analyst, or I know how to use Jira as a business analyst. They want to ask another question. What have you done with Jira? What problem have you been able to solve? Or what process have you been able to optimize with Jira? What are the things you've been able to do? And that what they're asking for is your experience. So getting a job in this space is pretty heavy on your technical skills and your experience. And how do you get these two things? Considering we don't have any experience or exposure to anything healthcare before. How do we get this experience and how do we get all the skills? Now, like I said, I was going to talk about Mountain. This particular gentleman over here, his name is Mountain. He has chemistry. He did chemistry back in school. Then, after chemistry, he got a job in a logistics company as operations manager. Chemistry, chemistry, then logistics, operations manager. He has nothing in correlation with in correlation, absolutely nothing. Then what did he do after that? He went through the data analytics program and he was able to get a job as a pathology data analyst. He was able to switch 100% from anything he has done and was able to showcase his skill and able to get a job as a pathology data analyst. And the only reason why he was able to do that was because everything he was learning was all project based, meaning the way you learn to build your experience with analytics, they are all project based, giving you first hand experience. And I was explain for that what this means, which means when you get into the program, The way you learn is not like theoretical. You come into class, you have somebody telling you, oh, so read this particular book or do this particular thing. No, it doesn't work like that. What that means is when you get into class and you're solving a problem, you're literally solving a business problem. For example, as a data analyst, when you're learning to become a data analyst, you are getting a simulated project of, let's say, a particular company, a retail company is looking to increase their revenue. How do they do that? You get a data analyst to analyze all your products, all your goods you have for sale. They'll look at everything and they will be able to identify, oh, so which of your product is selling very well, or which of your products have you bought that's literally just tying down your capital. Nobody's buying them. Which of your products also has a fantastic profit margin? All these things are what the data analyst will do. And these are the things you get to do in your program, in your class as a data analyst. So you will learn how to do all these things, working on this project and solving the problem for this retail organization. This is you learning your technical tools, building your technical skills, and at the same time, building your experience. That is exactly what Martin did. He was able to go through the training, work on healthcare data resources, and was able to build his experience in this path and was able to get a job from being operations manager to pathology data analyst. Right? So these are the things that you get to learn within the program. When you're looking at, like I said, we have a lot of people that have been able to go through the same process and they've been able to get a job globally. We had this particular lady over here. She's Judith. She's in UK, but she's working as a business analyst for a company in US. Right. So how you go about doing all these things, you get to learn them within the training. This is also um Chukwebuka, he went through the cybersecurity program and was also able to get a job. He's in Ireland. He's not in UK. He's not in US. He's not in Canada. He's in Ireland. So we have people that have been able to go on the training globally. Now, when it comes to the way you learn is a blended approach. Learning is same in the sense that we have what we call a self-paced learning, which happens on your learning management system, on your LMS, where you can literally be in transit and be learning. You can be traveling and be learning. You can be on your break and be learning. You can be back from work and you still have about 30 minutes to 1 hour to spare. You learn. It doesn't come at a fixed time. You have that. That covers like that's 50%. The other 50% to your learning is what we call a live instructor led, meaning aside from your self-paced, you also have a live class whereby you will learn how to also do this thing. So the things you're learning at your self-paced is also going to complement the things you'll be learning in your live class. So let's say, for example, in your live class, you learned how to import data into Power BI using your ETL. You did that. You learned how to do your data cleaning, your basic data cleaning in Power BI. You did that in your live class. In your self-paced, you are learning how to import multiple data from different database into your Power BI environment for your ETL processes. So whatever you are learning is more like fused together. And when you have a system that works, it makes your learning easy. When you encounter a challenge, then you're self-paced. You have your instructor there, readily available to guide you on to solve you that problem that you might be having because of the way your learning is structured. So it makes it easy for you to be able to learn in an environment that incorporates you facing challenge, asking questions, and solving your problem in a live environment. These are the ways you get to learn before you transition into any of these roles. And when you're looking to getting, oh, now you've been able to know exactly what you need to do. What are the things you get to learn? So you see the way your program is structured. You get to learn for 6 months. Then you have what we call internship for 2 months. When you're learning working on different projects, 100% different projects. You work on different, as a data analyst, you work on projects. As a DevOps engineer, you work on projects. As a financial analyst, you get to work on projects. As a data scientist or business analyst, for your 6 months duration, you're working on different projects. And when you are talking about projects, I mean projects that will simulate what you will get to do in the real life settings, in the real life environment. These are the things you get to do for 6 months. And by the time, and when you're doing this, you're learning for the first time, you're making mistakes. You have a system readily available to get into a live session with you, solve this problem, or guide you through how to solve all this problem. These are the things you get to do for 6 months. And when you are done in 6 months, you have what we call an internship. The internship is going to be done by a sister company, the company will partner with. Is a consulting company, Amdari, where you will get to do your internship. So under Amdari, you will now be working with real world projects. So you're looking to transition into healthcare. When you get into Amdari, you get to now work with healthcare problems, like real world problems from different type of healthcare facilities that you will literally be solving their problems. Say for a business analyst, you are they're having issues with their booking system or patient management system, whereby a lot of systems, a lot of people being rushed into the hospital. It takes time. Let's say in the accident unit, it takes a lot of time before they get to attend to them. Just recently, we were working on a particular project for a company in the Caribbeans. Their emergency units, their emergency ward takes average of 24 hours before they are able to book a patient into the system. Not normal ward, emergency ward. It takes average 24 hours before they're able to book a patient into the system before they can get to see the doctor. That's a lot of time for emergency, a lot of time. So we have worked on it and we're able to take that 24 hours. You will not, you'll be surprised to the way we're able to streamline it. That particular 24 hours was reduced to 1 hour. So for a patient, and that 1 hour is still not enough, it's still very, very not optimized because you have a lot of facilities in UK that you're able to get patients in the system in less than 10 minutes. So this is a continual process, it's a gradual process, and everything will be done 100%. So situations like this, these are the things you get to work on during your internship, building your reward experience. And by the time you're done with a 2 month internship, all the projects you must have worked on, you have ability to add them to your portfolio because during your 6 months, you also learn how to build your portfolio. Now, your portfolio is your proof of experience. Your portfolio is your proof of skill because when you get, like I said, you will get this particular slide. When you click on any of this link, you'll be able to see the projects they have worked on and see exactly what a recruiter will be seeing because any recruiter looking to hire anybody, aside from the fact that they want to validate that you have the skill, they also want to see what you've been able to do. And the only place that you have opportunity to show them what you've been able to do without actually being able to even talk to them that's before any interview is your portfolio. Your portfolio is what they get to see and be able to know, oh, so we are having issue with our patient booking system. This particular person have been able to do this particular thing and was able to solve this problem. And the good thing with portfolio is your project will be very, very much detailed. It will show them the skills, the tools you use. It will show them your structure, the approach, the challenge the organization was having, what you did to solve this problem, and how you were able to solve it, and the result of your solution. Your portfolio is going to detail all these things. So by the time you are done with your 6 months and your 2 month internship, you will have a portfolio that will showcase everything that you've been able to do. All right. And when you're looking at the programs, I will just go through this. So you'll be able to see what you get to learn as a business analyst. So when you're looking at the business analyst, you have some basic skill as a data analyst because you'll be learning Excel, Power BI, and SQL. Then you also have some basic skill as a project manager because you also need it as a business analyst where you have project initiation planning, agile scrum for projects, Then you learn so many other things like SDLC, requirement fundamentals, elicitation, stakeholder analysis, stakeholder engagement. Then you also learn how to leverage AI to work as a business analyst. And when you're looking at the average salary for a business analyst in UK, the average salary for a business analyst in UK is 52,500. Okay, 52,500 pounds annually. That's the average salary in UK. For Canada, you have about 75,000 Canadian dollars. And for US, you have around 85 to 90,000 on the average for those in the US economy for a business analyst. When you're looking at the Agile project managers, these are the people that are they are leaders in leading projects, executing projects, and bringing concepts into realization. These are the people that help actualize a lot of things that we are able to use. For example, this particular Zoom we are working on right now is being actualized by an Agile project manager. Okay, so these are some of the things you get to do as an Agile project manager. And if we're looking at things you get to learn, the first thing you will see on your key learning area is introduction to project management, meaning you will, even if you don't have any exposure at all into project management, the program is very much beginners friendly, and you get to learn how to become a project manager and every other thing. You learn the different types of methodologies, your agile, your wagile, your Kanban board workflow management, your waterfall approach. You learn all these things within the program. And when you're looking at the average salary for a project manager in UK, you have about £53,000 for those in UK. For Canada, you have about 97,000 Canadian dollars. And for those in US, it's literally six figures. You have about $108,000 on the average for those in US. And when you're looking at the data engineers, you have also, like I said, so you see any of these programs I'm talking about, absolutely any of them, they are all beginners friendly. Remember, the three major criteria is ease of learning, ease of transitioning, and a high rewarding salary. So all of them, they meet this criteria, right? So on your, if you have taken the quiz or you took the quiz, you'll be able to understand that this, for you to be able to get into any of these roles will be based on these personal traits, type of person that will be able to get into these roles. Okay, so you have introduction to data engineering. You will learn how to build pipelines, learn how to store information in the database using SQL. You learn how to automate a lot of processes using your Python skills. You learn how to build a pipeline, set up a database, do your web scraping and API injection. You learn how to do all these things. And definitely, you also learn how to automate data retrieval processes using your Apache Spark and Apache Airflow. Then you also learn how to be a cloud engineer. You'll be learning GCP, that's Google Cloud Platform, and you also be learning Microsoft Azure in your training. And by the time you're done with this, you'll be able to get a job as a big data specialist. That's the number one that you're able to see from the World Economic Forum, that is really high in demand. Then you also be able to become a cloud platform engineer, right? Remember the roles I showed you that you're able to work in as in the healthcare space. Going through this program will open opportunities for you to be able to get into all these roles, right? Then you also have the data scientists. These are people that literally work with data to be able to predict what is going to happen in the future, right? Because that's what you're concerned about as a data scientist. You're more concerned about what is everything you're having access to now, which is data. How are you able to predict what is going to happen in the future? The next thing, the next line of action, how can you predict that? That's what you get to learn as a data scientist. And for people looking to get into data scientist, the first thing you'll be learning is statistics. So you have statistics, you have forecasting, and predictive analytics using Microsoft Excel. You have Tableau for data analysis, SQL. You also learn Python programming language as a data scientist. Then you have also learn machine learning, both your supervised and your unsupervised machine learning, to be able to predict a lot of much more large model. Then you also learn GitHub version control and GitHub Copilot for coding. Then you also get to learn Microsoft Fabric. Microsoft Fabric is an environment introduced by Microsoft sometime October last year. Okay, so it's relatively very new in the market. So you are learning that not a lot of companies have been able to adopt it yet. About very little number of people of companies have been able to adopt it. So you are learning this in preparation. You guys can hear me before I continue. Just drop a yes in the chat if you can hear me. I think fantastic. Thank you. Sorry for the break in transmission. So I was talking about the data scientist, sorry, the data analyst before my network flickered. So when you're looking at the data analysts, these are the people that, like I said, they are leaders in solving problems. And these are the things you also get to learn. Like I was saying, the data storytelling, as a data analyst, you literally walk around solving problems and analyzing data. When you analyze data, you definitely see, you get insights, technical insights that if a branch manager is reading all the technical things, they will not understand it. So how do you communicate all these things? How do you communicate them to non-technical people in such a way that they'll be able to understand it? You get to learn this 100%. Then you also learn Microsoft Fabric by the time you go through the data analytics program. Then you have the financial analyst. For you, if you took the quiz and you have the financial analyst, is because I literally love to use the word or use the term, these are the money smart people, because what they do is they help organizations make smart financial decisions. That's what you do 100% as a financial analyst. You help organizations make smart financial decisions. And to be able to do this, you will need some technical knowledge, some technical skills around building a financial model, understanding finances and financial analysis, understanding what we call evaluation analysis, and be able to use this to help organization make a smart financial decision. For example, a manufacturing company or a healthcare facility is looking to build a facility for, let's say, a scanning laboratory. Before they get into that particular space of investing a huge amount of money into building a testing facility, you want to reach out to a financial analyst to be able to analyze everything, analyze the resources, their patients, the base, the financial consequences. What are the things? Is that the best time to get into it? And if they do, what are the values that they'll be getting in a year, in 2 years, in 3 years, in 5 years, in 10 years? A financial analyst to be able to help organization make this decision, making it's easy for these organizations to not just dabble into something without actually planning ahead for it. Okay. So these are the people that get into financial analysis. And when you have the HR analyst, these are people that makes everything within the work environment comfortable. These are the people's people. They love people. They love to see people thrive. They love people to be at their best. And what are the things that can always make that possible? These are the people that will get that. All right. So these are the things that you can get into by going through the HR analytics program. And when it comes to the cybersecurity is pretty robust. You have by going through the cybersecurity, what we've been able to do at analytics is we we made it a lot more easier for you to get into cybersecurity, get knowledge from every path, and being able to make a decision by the time you're done. So if you're looking at the way your program is structured, by the time you're done with this, you have a skill as a penetration tester. A penetration tester is equal to a certified all these hackers. You must have heard the word hacker before. These are penetration testers and they test for vulnerabilities, right? So you have a skill in that space, a skill way more than enough to get to a job. Then by going through it still about on the cybersecurity program, you have skill in security operations center analyst. These are the people that identify things going on within. So if you are logged into your organization's laptop and you are inputting a password into, let's say you're trying to access your database, your files, your information, and you're inputting a wrong password into your front end device. As you're entering those wrong password, the SOC analyst, the security operations center analyst, is seeing the flicker on your from your end that somebody is inputting a wrong password. Now, if it is some sort of intrusion, like somebody is trying to hack into the system, the SOC analyst will be the first person to respond to situations like that, right? So all these things I'm talking about might be sound a little bit technical, considering that we have a lot of people that are in the healthcare space. So it might sound a little bit technical, but these are the things you get to learn. And remember, like I said, anything you're learning with analytics, they are all project based, everything. There's nothing that is not project based. Whatever you're learning working on projects. We are doing it. We're showing you how we get to do it. And you also practice on how to get it done. When you make mistakes, we have a system readily available to guide you through solving all these problems. Right. And the last part of the cybersecurity is the GRC, governance, risk, and compliance. These are the people that um, they create security framework, they draft policies that guides everybody within their organization and within the cybersecurity space. Okay. And remember, any of the program you're looking to get into, the duration is 6 months in class and you have 2 months internship. Right. So, and the timing for the training, you have your live interactive classes on Saturdays. Now, for Saturdays, you have two options, either the morning session, West African time, UK time, or the morning session for Canadian and for Canada, those in Canada and those in US. You have these two options. The morning time in Canada and US is going to be evening for those in UK, in Europe, in Africa. Okay, so you have either of these two options. And when you're looking at the morning time in Canada and US, you work with the MST, that's the Mountain Standard Time, and it's 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. MST. And for those in UK, Africa, and anywhere in Europe, because I also see somebody join from Uganda, it is 11 a.m. West African time. Okay, so these are the times for your live interactive classes and your self-paced. Like I said, you can literally watch your video even while in transit. So that doesn't come with any fixed time. But for your live interactive classes, you have these on Saturdays, meaning whatever class you're looking to take does not have, or whatever the training you're looking to get into does not impact your regular 9 to 5 because your live classes, they are during the weekends. Okay. So now that I've been able to identify the things you can do, you've been able to identify your skill, the program you want to get into. You've been able to talk about the roles you can apply to when you get into any of these roles that will help you transition into the healthcare space. Then I've also done the breakdown of which of these career paths, things you get to learn. Now is how do you transition? And yes, we also have, like I said, we also have DevOps engineer and product design, but this is something that we have in the pipeline, which should start like November or December. So if it's something you are really interested in, when you get this particular slide, make sure you complete the form. When you get the slide, you will have opportunity to click on this waiting list and you will to get into the program once it starts. Okay. Now that we've been able to get into all your technical things, now we know how to apply all the technicalities. Now, how does all these technicalities, how do they get you a job? You know, I've mentioned that there is a system that works. The learn, the package, the apply, the job, the employability. Now, you see everything I've talked about, everything I've been talking about since, all these are just 50% of what we tend to offer you. The other 50% is what we call the employability. And what does employability means? Employability is more or less going to weaponize all your technical skills. So right now, I have if I'm now a business analyst. I know how to use Jira. My user story is very good. I know what they call BRD. I have all the skills I need as a business analyst. Or how does this convert to getting me a job? I need a job. I believe majority of us are here because we want to transition, want to get the better job. I need that better, higher paying job. So how does my skill that I've gotten, how does it convert to getting me the job? This is exactly what the employability skill is about. The first thing you'll be learning in that space is what we call CV revamp and CV review. You will learn, the first thing you're having in this space is we'll have in-house professional that will take your CV, the CV you have currently, they will take it from you, revamp it for you, and let's say you're becoming a data engineer. You revamp your CV and have it be industry standard to what a data engineer CV should look like. Then they will now go ahead to teach you how to tailor your CV to each job you're applying to. I'm not talking about all those one-click apply. No, because one-click apply is literally a waste of time. How do you apply to jobs? By matching your CV to that job that you're applying to. And the purpose of doing this is to be able to beat what we call the applicant tracking system, the ATS. When you do all this one-click apply, the ATS is literally as you're sending, boom, this is the ATS, just to pack, just pick your CV away because it does not match the job that you are applying to. So you will learn exactly what that means and you will learn how to apply to job. Meaning, if you are applying to 20 jobs in a day, you're applying or you must have applied with 20 different CVs. All these CVs must have been tailored to each job. Then the next thing you also have is LinkedIn optimization. You will learn how to optimize your LinkedIn because trust me, there's a limit to jobs you can apply to. So what about those jobs that exist but you don't know about them? Are you able to take advantage of those? The answer to that is yes. You will learn how to optimize your LinkedIn to furthermore improve your opportunity of having recruiters reach out to you directly because when your LinkedIn is optimized and any recruiter search for a data engineer that have experience using GCP and have worked with a database like MySQL database or Postgres database and able to use these things, your LinkedIn will be showcasing those things that you've been able to do. So when they search your LinkedIn profile, they will see proof of skill because your LinkedIn has been optimized and they will have opportunity to have them reach out to you directly, furthermore increasing your opportunity of landing the job. Then you have navigating the job market. You will also learn where and how to search for jobs. I've been able to show you some job titles that I believe a lot of us are just seeing for the very first time. It's not like you went through cybersecurity and when you go on job board, you search for cybersecurity and you apply. No, or you go for HR analytics program and when you go on job board, you search for HR analytics. No, that's limitation. There's a lot of limitations that comes with that. Or you go for data analysis and you go on job board, you start data analyst in near me, data analyst job near me. No, that is wrong. You will learn exactly how to navigate the job market to furthermore increase your opportunity. And what we did to also support in this part is we have some job boards that we partner with. These job boards, they are not everyday job boards that you see all their informations everywhere. They are premium job boards that any company posting any job there, they mean business. And for you to also get access to these jobs, you need to pay to this job board. So what we did was we paid to these job boards and we get access to all these jobs. So these jobs that we get access to, we scrape them and we bring these jobs to your classrooms. You cannot have access to these jobs except from your classroom. So once you log into your classroom, you will see all these jobs and you can directly from your classroom apply to these jobs 100%. This is furthermore increasing your opportunity of landing a job. These are the things that you have people go through. Literally, those that join the session when you have Pavel speaking, these are the things that he went through and was able to see himself landing a job few months after the program. You also have a lot of people being able to land a job even while still in the training. Okay. Then the next thing you have is interview preparation. If you heard when some of them were talking this, they talked about how we were able to prepare them for interview, meaning whatever interview you're looking to get into, you always have opportunity to get prepared by a professional before you attend that particular interview all the time. If you have 10 interviews in a week, you have every opportunity to get prepared for each and every one of them before you get into it. And what this will do is the professional will look at your CV, will look at the company you're applying to, will look at the history, will look at the job description, and they will take all these things to prepare you way ahead of your interview. And when you get into the interview, it makes the process less difficult, reducing the barrier for you to be able to get into that particular spot. So these are the things you get access to. Then you also have reference letter because when you get the job, any company you're looking to work with, they will always want to know where can we inquire about you. And when you start the program with analytics, you only have opportunity to get a reference letter from analytics because of the way your program is structured. You also have what we call on-the-job support. Literally, as the word says, on the job, you can get some support. So let's say you've gone through the training or you're still in the training, you got a job, you've not learned everything you need to learn, and you've gotten a job, all of a sudden they were asking you to do a particular thing that you can't seem to solve or know how to go about it. You have opportunity to getting to reach out to us and how somebody guide you through that particular sort of challenge you might be having. Then you also have weekly mentorship session. This happens every Thursday. There's one coming up later tonight. I think the one coming up later tonight is LinkedIn optimization, whereby you will learn some key things because the tech space is very dynamic and fast paced. Things are always changing. So once we see the change, we aim you into this particular change and guide you on how to do a lot of things, make these quick changes to furthermore increase your opportunity. Our concern is helping you transition and making it easier for you to get into this space and get into the because there's a lot of opportunity in the tech space. Trust me, there's a whole lot of opportunity. And the last one you also be getting opportunity on is Upwork. This is majorly for people or everybody looking to say, oh, so I've gotten this skill. I don't want to limit myself to just a job. I want to be able to work with freelance as a freelancer, offer my services to both individuals and organization at the same time. Going through Upwork optimization, you will learn how to set up a profile and be able to offer your services on a more freelance approach from this particular. So everybody might be puzzled. Now that I've learned everything, I know how to position myself, I know how to package myself. What do I need to thrive in moving forward? The next cohort that we have is starting 8th of November. That means a few weeks from now, we have another session starting. And for you to be part of this particular cohort starting, you need to register. So any of the program you're looking to get into, the price of this particular program is 1,000 US dollars. That's the full price. The full price for the program is 1,000 US dollars. But for people that are currently in this session, you have opportunity to get a 25% discount. I'm saying that again, a 25% discount, meaning instead of you paying 1,000 US dollars, you have opportunity to pay 750 US dollars. And it gets better. Now, this particular discount is called the early bird discount. So you're able to get a 25% early bird discount, which is going to be over in few days. Now, this particular 750, it gets better in the sense that 750 is a whole lot of money. And I just can't see myself right now, as I am right now. I don't have any mind of paying 750 or giving anybody 750 right now. I can't see myself just saying, take 750 and go. I didn't plan for this. So what you can now do is instead of you paying 750 all at once, you have ability to take that 750 and create a payment plan around it. A payment plan in the sense that you can pay as much as 5 times. And if you're looking to pay 5 times, that means you can pay once if you're okay with it. You can pay twice. You can pay 3 times. You can pay 4 times. And you can pay 5 times. If you're looking to pay that 755 times, that is going to be having you pay $150 every month for 5 months. Meaning, for you to take advantage of the 25% discount that is running, all you have to do is pay 150 US dollars and you'll be able to join the class starting by 8th of November. So as you are learning every month, day by day, you are learning, building your skill. And as you're doing that, you are gradually paying $150 every day as you go ahead. That $150 is also equivalent to 123 pounds. Okay, that's the equivalent of the 150 US dollars. So you also have ability to pay 123 pounds. 750 US dollars is equivalent to 615 pounds. Okay, so if you're looking to pay one time or you're looking to pay 2 times, it even gets better. So if you click on that link that my colleagues have been sharing in the chat box, I'll walk you through how to be able to make your payment. But if you click on that link, it will take you to the website where you'll be able to make your payment. So what I will do now is I will walk you through, I will show you how you can make payments. I think I will show you how you'll be able to make your payment in pounds so that every other person also will be able to see how to do that. Also, if you're joining from Canada, because I see that somebody joined from Canada, a lot of people are joining from Canada, you also have ability to pay directly in pounds. Okay, so let me share that part of my screen and I will show you what I'm talking about. Okay. Let me share that part of my screen. So if you click on that link that my colleague Steven shared in the chat box, it should bring you to this website. And the first thing you will see is 25% off limited time offer for November cohort 2025. And if you see over here, you have 11 days and counting, meaning in less than 11, you have 9 days and counting, meaning in less than 9 days, that particular 25% discount will be over. So to take advantage of it, all you have to do is click on that link. It will bring you to this website. And all you have to do is scroll down. So which of them are you looking to get into? Data analytics, business analysis, financial analysis, HR analytics, full stack data science, data engineering, or agile project management and cybersecurity? Whichever of them you're looking to get into, you come here, you click on it. So let's say, for example, you want to get into uh, business analysis. Okay, you can pick the one that you want to do, but for this example, I'll be using business analysis. So once you click on business analysis, you want to click on this spot that says enroll now. So once you click on this enroll now, you'll be prompted to sign up. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to make sure you fill in your full name, you want to fill in your valid email address, make sure the email is valid because a code a code will be sent to that particular email. You will need to use the code to verify your account. Input your phone number also. Make sure your phone number is also valid and click on read terms and conditions, then create your account. But in my own case, I already have an account. So I just click on sign in. So I'll just sign in my account. Then as you can see, once you create an account, it will tell you login successful. And you'll be seeing the same thing that I'm seeing over here. Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to select which cohort. Now, it gets better. You know, I told you that the discount is for people looking to start in November. But even if you are not like, oh, so currently November is few weeks from now. I need to get my laptop or my monthly rota is already out. I'm unable to plan for next month. I can't do this month. I need to plan better. I would rather want to start by December. You still have opportunity to take advantage of the discount. And in that case, so instead of you selecting starting November 8th, you can select that you want to start by 6th of December. You still have opportunity to get the 25% discount, right? So even if you're looking to start in December, so far you're able to make your payment right now, you'll be taking advantage of that 25% discount. And if you look at the payment plan, so let's say you're looking to start in either November or December. If you look at the payment plan, you have a one-time payment, two times, three times, four times, or five times. Now, remember, I told you that the already discounted price is 750 US dollars, and that 750 US dollars is equivalent to 615 pounds. Okay. Now, if you're looking to pay once or you're looking to pay two times, instead of you paying 750, you get to pay 700 pounds. Sorry, 700 US dollars. And that 700 US dollars is for if you're looking to pay either one time or you're looking to pay two times. So if you're looking to do that also in pounds, you get to pay 585 pounds. That's if you're looking to pay once. If you're looking to pay twice, you get to pay 292 pounds monthly, just twice. In US dollars, that's going to be 350 twice. But if that will not be so comfortable for you, you need a much more relaxed payment plan. You have ability to pay either three times, pay four times, or even pay five times. If you're paying five times in pounds, that's going to be 123. If you're paying five times in US dollars, that's going to be 150. If you're paying five times in naira, that's going to be 240,000 naira. If you're paying five times in euros, that's going to be 146 euros every month for 5 months. Meaning everything I've talked about, you have ability to take advantage right now, pay your first instrumental, and join the class starting in about 3 weeks from now. You have the opportunity 100%. And let's say, for example, I want to go through the five instrumental payment. If you click on apply discount, it's going to furthermore show you how you get to make your payments, which is now going to be much more relaxed and monthly. Whereby if you see over here, you see that if you're making payments today, today is 9th of October, your next payment is going to be 9th of November. That's already a day after your program started. Then the next one you'll be making, which is going to be your third payment, is going to be 9th of December. Then you have January, then you have February. Meaning by February, you'll be professional already. And if you follow everything that we've been able to show you and guide you through, there's even a big chance that by that time you are still making your payments. You literally must have even gotten a job, right? So you want to go through this payment plan, whichever one that works best for you, take advantage of it before the discount is over. And what you want to do is, after selecting a payment plan, you want to make sure you confirm that your information is correct. You want to read the terms and conditions, confirm also, then you click on pay now. Once you click on pay now, you pay directly from the website. If you're joining from Nigeria that have restrictions, there is no restriction at all. This particular website is geotagged, meaning you can pay in currency, any currency without needing any sort of currency exchanger. If you are paying in Naira, you have ability to pay directly with any Nigerian bank card without any issues, right? So this is the way you register for the program, and this is the way that you go ahead to take that journey and start taking action to whatever thing you're looking to get into, any of the path you're looking to get into. This is how you take action. And trust me, we've had lots of people go through training that you've been able to see. And also, by the time you're done with the training, you'll be getting a certificate of participation, and your certificate is accredited by the American Council of Training and Development. Okay, so when you, like I said, when you get the slide, you'll be able to click on this verification here and view our verification with the American Council of Training and Development. And trust me, there's a lot of people, a lot of them that have been able to go through the training and they've been able to transition. There's a lot of them. So take advantage of this opportunity, take advantage of the discounts we have running, and take that man through, take that decision, transition, and have yourself, remember, ease of learning, ease of transitioning, and definitely high rewarding salary. These are the things that you'll be able to get. And the way your program is structured, you are learning for the 6 months, working on projects, building your experience, building your hands-on skills, and you have 2 months internship where you get to work more on showcasing and building your skills and solving reward environments where you can show anybody looking to hire you about what you've been able to do, right? A lot of people that be able to go through this, people that have no experience at all in healthcare, and they've been able to land a job in the healthcare space, a lot of them, right? So take advantage of this. And if you have questions, you can always drop in the chat box. I'll be going through the chat now to see if there's any question and definitely take and answer all of them. So the first question I will answer, I don't know if you're still here. Let me check. Let me check if you're here. So you send a message to me. I think that'll be Fabiola. So yes, Fabiola, you're still here. So if you have a question, you can either drop it in the chat box or you can indicate that you want to speak. I will be able to answer you and I'll ask you to unmute if you use your hand. All right. So Fabiola said, "Hello, brains. If someone already have a degree in data science or wants mentorship to land a job, do you have such program?" I'm from Paris. So Fabiola, yes, we do. But the big question is, you have a degree in data science. What tool can you use? That's number one. What projects, what problems have you been able to solve? Can you walk me through 3 or 4 different scenarios where you've been able to help organizations make a better prediction to help them take the next step? These are the things that you will face when you are getting into a job or getting into an interview. Your degree is theoretically is educational. The real world experience, when it comes to tech, any organizations looking to hire you, they want you to have experience that you've worked somewhere, you solved the problem, which your education, your degree will not give to you. Now, if you have experience around working around different tools, then you might be looking at internship where you get to work on projects, leveraging all these tools and skills you have, and being able to build your experience. If you have that 100%, that's something we do offer. A colleague of mine will reach out to you. You might want to drop this in the chat box, in the main chat box, or just say hello in the main chat box so that they will be able to reach out to you after the training, after the session. Okay. So, like I said, if you have a question, I'm scanning through the chat box, just drop it. And if you want to speak, you can just indicate, raise your hand, and I'll be able to ask you to unmute your mic to speak and ask your question. Okay. Remember, the discount is only available for the very short period of time. So take advantage and have yourself transition into so Victoria, I think I've talked about people joining from Nigeria. I've talked about how you're able to secure spots, get the discounts. The discount applies to everybody, anybody taking from anywhere in the world, and you can pay directly in Naira also. Okay. Mm, okay. Okay, so no, sir, I think my colleague have answered you in the chat box. Okay, so do I have anybody that wants to speak while I go through? Okay, so I think Victoria, so Victoria, if you click on the link that my colleague shared with you, that shared in this chat box, if you click on that particular link, it will take you to the website. You'll be able to see the exact amount you get to pay in Naira. Okay, so click on that. It will take you to that spot where you'll be able to go. I think the at the equivalent of one of the 150 US dollars is 250,000 Naira. So click on the link. My colleague just dropped that link again. Click on that and it will take you to the website. Success, you said how much? I think this also answer your question. You want to also click on that link and get answer to that particular question. Do I have anybody that have other questions that need me to answer before we end the session tonight? Do I have anybody? Yes, Adiola. So yes, the program in data science do have machine learning. If you can see over here, I think I'm still sharing that screen. Yes, if you can see over here, you will see number 7, it has machine learning. So definitely, you can be a data science and not know and not have machine learning part of your experience or skill. So definitely. Also, if you click on the payment link and you before where it says enroll now, okay, you will see under enroll now, which I showed you, you will see the program brochure. You can click on that brochure to be able to have a better, more comprehensive breakdown of what you get to learn in either of this program. Okay, so you get access to that, and definitely the answer to your question is yes, there's machine learning in the program, in the data science program. Okay, before we end the session, does anybody have a quick question? Any question before we say good night? Okay, so Miriam, the answer to that again is yes. Because if um you listened to all the testimonials, like for example, Ikmat has no technical experience at all. Ikmat was a full-time stay-at-home mom. She was a full-time stay-at-home mom and she was able to get a job after the training. Now, the reason why she was able to do that was because of the way the program is structured. You have your live class and you have your self-paced. And when you encounter any sort of challenge, you have your instructor, you have a direct access to your instructor that they can guide you. We don't expect you not to make mistake or encounter challenge. No, you are learning this for the first time. So we expect you to make all these um mistakes. And definitely you have a system that will guide you on how to solve this problem. So yes, your programs are 100% beginners friendly. But to ask you, did you take the quiz, Miriam? Which program are you looking to get into? So iPhone, I don't know your name. He said, what about job? Is it immediate or much later? So that answer is 100% dependent on you. If you heard where Pavel was speaking, he said he was able to get a job 3 months, is it 3 or 4 months after the training? We've had people that, I think I have some of them in this slide. We've had people that have been able to get a job even while still in the training, even while still in the program. This particular lady over here, her name is Hope. She has all the certificates you can ever think of for anybody that wants to get a job as a project manager, but she never got a job. She struggled a whole lot. She's in Canada. She never got a job. The reason why she didn't get a job was because she didn't have the experience. She went through the training. She started the training in September and she was able to get a job by December. So it depends 100% on you. So for Hope, if she started the training in September and she didn't apply to jobs, she didn't start applying to job, definitely she will not get a job few months down the line. Now, the way your program is structured, you have ability to start applying to job as early as 2 months into your training. So you don't wait until the end of 6 months or until the end of 8 month before you start applying to job. No, we don't operate like that. And this is the reason why we had tons of people, tons of participants able to land a job while still in training. It is simple because they were able to start applying what they've been taught in real world environment, and also be able to use this knowledge learned to be able to start applying to jobs strategically. Okay, so you have ability to start applying to job as early as 2 months into the program. So success, you said 50%. I sincerely don't know what that means. Okay, iPhone, your name is Jolomi. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So Miriam, yes, business analysis is 100% beginners friendly, and it makes it easy for you to transition into. Okay, it's beginners friendly and definitely something you will be able to learn um easily. Okay, you just need to remember it's not like we're expecting you to come into class as a professional. No, we don't even expect you to have any knowledge at all. Come into the program, pay attention, come to the live class, practice. After the classes, watch your self-paced videos, ask questions when you're confused, and trust me, before 6 months, you'll be glad. If you listen, if you go on our YouTube page, you will see a lot of participants. And I believe even before this session started, a lot of participants were telling you how we are so purpose driven and helping people transition because the system is readily there. Now, Victoria, this slide you asked for it, that's why I'm putting it there. Okay, I don't know if you are okay with that. Okay, so I have a lot of iPhones. And, well, I want to believe the next iPhone I had, I'm asking this question about data analysis is Jolomi. Please, I didn't see Python under data analysis. Is it not necessary for data analysis? Because I've seen data analysis, I've seen data analysis requiring Python as one of the tools we should learn. So what really happened in this is, as a data analyst, what exactly are you doing? You are analyzing data to help organization make informed decision. That's what you're doing. And to do this, what you need are business intelligence tools, SQL, Excel, Power BI, Tableau. You have Power BI and Tableau. The reason why you have Power BI and Tableau is because some organizations will tell you they don't use Salesforce. Tableau is Salesforce. They will tell you they're using Microsoft. Microsoft is Power BI and vice versa, right? So that's why you're learning this business agent too. Now, the reason why you're seeing Python in data analysis because the company, the organization, the HR that is posting that job, they are not looking for a data analyst. They are looking for a data scientist to come into a data analyst job. These are some of the things you will learn in your mentorship session and also in your navigating the job market. If they are looking for a data scientist and they are putting it out as a data analyst, they have a mission, and their mission is to pay you according to what a data analyst will earn. A data scientist by default should earn higher than a data analyst. But they're asking you to have the skill of a data scientist, but with the payment or salary or a package for a data analyst. All these things you will learn your way around it and also know exactly how to attend to situations just like the one you've asked in the chat. Okay, I hope that answered your question, Shalami. So I think Faith, my colleague, have answered that. Machine learning, yes, machine learning, if you're looking to transition into healthcare space. And what is machine learning? This is you being able to predict outcomes of tests, outcomes of sicknesses. You take information, you build a machine model around it, and you're able to predict that, oh, this person that is having a reoccurring migraine or is having a reoccurring, or you're between the age of 45 to 35 to 45, and you're having a lot of body ache or whatever, that is, or you're having a high level of fatigue, the machine model will be able to predict that by the time you're 50 or 60, according to data that you've been able to feed it, such patients will be diagnosed with, let's say, stroke or osteoporosis or something, right? This is what machine learning is about. So you have everything is being applicable in the healthcare space. Okay. The skill is the most important. Once you have the skill, you can take the skill and apply in any sector, right? Well, right now, we are focused on the healthcare. I hope that answers your question, Faith. Okay, Madelo said the tech course form sent here suggests that I go for HR analytics. Are there jobs in HR? So there's a whole lot of opportunity in HR, and I think I showed that. So let me go back to this job. I think a lot of people didn't really pay attention when I was showing that. So these are some of the rules can apply to some of them, not all of them. It's difficult to get all of them, but these are some of them that I can apply to. There's a lot of opportunities. There's almost no path in tech that doesn't have opportunity for you to get into it. What that the only thing that is not available is the technical skill. If you have the technical skill to get the job, that's the answer. And most people will say no. The technical skill, the experience is a no. So going through the training, you will build your technical skills. And as you're building your technical skills, you're also building your experience. When you have both of them, it makes it easier for you to apply to jobs like this, right? I hope that answers your question. I think that question is from Adeolu. All right. Do we have anybody that have any further questions before Faith? You're welcome. Do we have any other questions before we end the night? Adeolu, you're welcome. Victoria says I should show cybersecurity. I've shown you cybersecurity and I'm going to show you again. So take a screenshot. Okay, you can just take a screenshot or better still, make sure you fill the attendance form. This particular slide. Okay, job role for cybersecurity. Make sure you complete the form. So Jolomi, I don't understand what you mean by that, but sorry, we'll have to leave and speak to you or team members. I don't understand that. You mean want to leave right now? And I don't understand. So if you can rephrase your question, please, that would be very helpful. So Victoria, I believe you've been able to say this. You can screenshot, but definitely, when you get by the time the session is done, you'll be able to get the slide and you'll be able to go through it one after the other. Okay, you will get that in your email, right? Do you have any further questions? You're welcome, Victoria. Jolomi, are you able to rephrase your question? Do you mean you want to leave now and you want to know if you'll be able to speak with me or my teammates? I don't understand what you mean by that. Okay. All right. So I believe I've been able to answer everybody's question. Thank you all for being here. And if you have questions, remember, make sure you complete the attendance form. You'll be able to get access to join a clarity session whereby you'll be able to speak with myself or with my professional colleagues, whereby we'll look at what you've been doing critically and we're able to guide you on which path you should follow to be able to transition your transferable skills, your experience, your personalities, all those things. Make sure you complete the attendance form so that we're able to get access to speaking with us 100% before even starting your program. But what is important is make sure you register. So even if you register for, let's say, cybersecurity, and at the end of the day, after speaking with a professional, we see that oh, cybersecurity is not the best option for you, but business analysis is way more better for you. You have ability to switch to business analysis without any issue. And at that point already, you must have taken advantage of the 25% discount. Okay. So make sure you secure your spot, make payment, and you will have ability to switch even if you need to switch any of the program after speaking with a professional. Okay. Secure your spot, and I'll be looking forward to have each and every one of you join the class once it starts by November. And remember, if November does not work for you, you also have ability to get into the program starting by 6th of December. Okay, so Jeremy said, can you drop the link again so I can access which course? Okay, so my colleague will drop the link again. So Stephen, can you drop the links to the quiz for Jolomi so that he or she will be able to take the quiz again and know. So after take the quiz, you can know, but make sure you try as much as possible to secure spots. And then also once you get this particular slide, you'll be getting this sent to your email. My colleague also dropped this particular link also. So check the chat box. You could see the link has been shared. Click on it, take the quiz, and that will help you. But if you still need to speak with a professional, it's not a problem. We have ability to get that. We have the session every day whereby you're able to speak with a professional to understand your challenges, your your career path, your experience, and be able to guide you to the better path that you might be looking at getting into. So thank you all for being here. I think we've overshot our timing by some minutes. But I really do appreciate your time spent with me. I'll be looking forward to seeing each and every one of you join the program by either November or by December. Remember, take advantage of the discounts. And just like every other person that have been able to transition that does not have any technical background or technical experience, take advantage of this. Ikma was able to transition by being a full-time stay-at-home mom to being a business analyst in NHS, and that job came with sponsorship. Martin also from being a teacher to working as a data analyst, healthcare data analyst in Arizona. Take advantage of everything shared tonight. Take that decision and transition into a path that has a better future. All right. At the absence of any further questions, thank you all for being here. And I'll be looking forward to see each and every one of you in November by December. Enjoy the rest of the day. Cheers and bye for now.